Okay, so here we are again. We've got our battle report and the KO are back. They're going to be challenged a little bit more this time, though. First of all, hello to Erik. Hi, Erik. Hello to Chicken Dog. Chicken Dog scratches. Okay, so we're going with the same list as last time because this is what I've got my one game of practice with. So we're going with the Market City. It's Barak Urbaz. First and foremost, we've got the Grundstock Escort Wing. The chicken dog's climbing on my bloody legs again. So we've got a frigate, we've got 2 gun haulers, and we have got 10 Thunderers making up the Escort Wing. So that's 1 drop, gives me an extra artifact, and they can focus their fire. So I nominate a unit, and I get to reroll hits of 1 against that unit for all units within the battalion. So the 2 gun haulers, because of Barak Urbaz, are battle line. They've got 20 Arcanauts to make up the 3rd battle line. We've got 6 Endrin Riggers. We've got a feast, if you like, of characters. So first and foremost, we have the Admiral, who's the general. He's got loads of command abilities that I've not really learned yet, but he's better when he's in a boat, and he's not going to, well, we'll see. We've got a Chemist. He's got a spell in a bottle, which is a Comet. There you go, 45-minute contrast Comet. We have 2 Navigators, one of which has the flare pistol, this little fella here. He's got the flare pistol, so if he scores a hit against a unit, the first hit of the game, all other Kharadron Overlords get to re-roll hits that phase. There's the other Navigator who's got Hee-Haw. He's just there for a bit of redundancy on the Aetherstorm ability, so that I can re-roll run and charges with my Sky Vessels, even if I do the Aetherstorm with the other guy. And then we've got the Endrin Master in the Dirigible Suit, who allows the Riggers to re-roll their mechanics roll to make things good. Basically, each one of them rolls a dice. For every 4+, I heal a wound to a Sky Vessel within an inch of the unit. He allows them to re-roll it. He also heals D3, plus the frigate itself heals 1 at the start of the hero phase. In terms of magic items, we've gone through what the characters have got. One of the gun haulers, this little fella, has got collapsible compartments so the heroes can get in. And the one at the back has got the Breath of Morgrim, which you have to take as part of the Skyport. So, in terms of the Skyport, what we have is seek new prospects, so they re-roll battle shock in opponent's territory. Always take what we're owed, so we get an extra D3 Aether Gold to dish out. And where there's war, there's gold. Once per battle, I can give gold to a Skyfarer who fought in the combat phase. And that, in effect, is that. We have been advised by the font of Scottish Age of Sigmar knowledge that we kind of played something a little wrong last time. So one thing I hadn't picked up was that you can only spend 1 Aether Gold per phase. So I was spending multiple ones, only on 1 turn I think it was, but it was pretty critical. So there we go. Anyway, we're going to go on to what we're facing, and then we're going to have a look at the battlefield and talk through the mission. Okay, so after a little bit of a technical issue with me not knowing how to press a button, here we are. This is Erik has returned, and he's brought with him his Slaves to Darkness. This is the very army that Erik's going to be using this month at Northern Invasion, our annual event. So there are one or two things that are non-conventional, but we'll talk through those in a moment. So what have you brought, Erik?
So we have Archeon the Ever-Chosen leading this. Everything that can be is Khorne marked, so he's given out the Khorne aura, using the spell Binding Damnation. Accompanying Archeon is a Sorcerer Lord on Manticore, with the Plate of Perfect Protection from the Realm of Metal, the Undivided Mark, and the spell Mask of Darkness for teleporting. And then we have the Anvil of Apotheosis hero, Vorgoth the Subjugator, the Herald of the Ever-Chosen. Wielding an enhanced axe and a better profile, and he is also, for these purposes, a priest, casting the 6-up shrug prayer that comes with the anvil for being an acolyte. And then for battle line, we have a block of 15 warriors with halberds, a block of 20 marauders with axes, and then 2 units of 5 knights with cursed lances, everything being Khorne marked. And then the 8-fold Doom Sigil and a spell, coming to a nice round 2,000 points.
And do we have any formations, any battalions?
With Archeon? Nah.
No. So what does the allegiance ability give us this time out?
So it's the Host of the Ever-Chosen. Where are we? So we have, if Archeon's my general, his aura ability is 18 inches instead of the usual 12. I do not take battle shock tests for units as long as Archeon is on the field and my general. And then in my hero phase, which I forgot last time I used him, I can pick an enemy unit on the battlefield, and I can reroll hit and wound rolls of 1 for attacks made with melee weapons by friendly units that target that unit until my next hero phase. And then we have the infamous Dark Prophecy command ability, which lets me know in advance what way turn priority is going to go.
Do you think you're going to use that this time?
Not a clue. Maybe. Probably not.
No. Worthy of note then that the Anvil of Apotheosis hero, this is because the tournament that we run is semi-narrative in nature, so everybody, it's optional, but there are more prizes on offer for those people that embrace the narrative and build themselves up to 20 destiny points, I think it's called destiny points, Anvil of Apotheosis hero, which must take the totem keyword. How it's fit into the army aside from that is fine, following the rules. The only thing being the restriction was that you couldn't take the command abilities if you were to take the commander one, because that pluses to hit was just a little bit too powerful for a tournament event. So there you go. That's what we've got today. We're going to prize this chicken dog off my legs, and then we're going to have a look at the battlefield. Okay, so today, this is the battlefield we've opted for. We've gone for narrative and aesthetics over strictly following the rules for objective placement, because if you've got a nice map, why not put your scenery down to match? So we're playing today Scorched Earth, which is awash with objectives. So Scorched Earth, there are 4 in each territory. You score points each turn for holding objectives, and from turn 2 onwards, you can burn your opponent's objectives if you take control of it, and if your opponent doesn't have a hero within 6 inches. That's a change from the 2020 General's Handbook. If you do burn it, you get D3 additional victory points, and you get +1 if you have a hero within range. So looking at the table, we've got a Deadly Wood, we've got a Healing Ruin, we've got a Damned Wood, we've got one huge obstacle, which is Arcane. We have a Nullification building, we've got an Arcane Hill, we have an Arcane Tavern, we have a Healing Hill, a Deadly Ruin, a Deadly Wood, and a Mystical Ruin. And so there's no commanding, but there is some arcane. Not that I can cast spells, apart from the Comet in a Bottle. the mat today is playmats.eu. This was my first nice mat, and I really like it still. So, we're going to have a look at the table. Why don't we roll? Why don't we roll for priority? Here's our turn counters. We'll roll for priority.
2.
6.
So you have the choice.
So I choose sides. We'll do that, and then we'll come back in a moment after deployment. So, after miscounting the number of drops I was, not once, not twice, but 3 times or more, it turns out I really can't count, and so rather than dripping things and seeing where my opponent was, I was convinced I was going first, and it wasn't by just one. I have actually been outdropped. So. It will come to Slaves to Darkness to decide who gets to go first. I have 2 command points, one for my battalion and one because I purchased one. I get a triumph, rolled reroll saves. The Aether Gold shares are out. I get an extra D3 Aether Gold. Something's fallen over there, but it's okay. So I get an extra 2 Aether Gold, which I shall dish out in a moment. I'm going to give 1 to the Thunderers, and I'll decide whether to give 1 to the Frigate or 1 to the Endrin Riggers shortly. In terms of what I was thinking, a Chemist and the Arcanauts. Chemist with the Arcanauts because he wants to buff them. However, I've been stupid because the Chemist is the one with the spell in the bottle, which has got a great range, but it's not that far where I really want to drop my Comet. So that again is me being foolish, but I'm learning a new army. In this hauler, we have got the Admiral and the Navigator with a flare pistol. We have the other Navigator in the woods, holding this objective to make sure that even if it's taken, it can't be burned. Well, to be honest, if it gets taken, he's going to be dead. He's just peeping because this is a Citadel wood, and because we're in the realm of ulgu anyway. If you draw a line over 1 inch of a terrain piece, it blocks line of sight unless your target or you can fly. So the Aetherstorm, he picks a unit that can fly, such as this, rolls a dice, and he can half the movement and potentially do mortal wounds. Over here, we've got these 2. Before Erik decides who's going first, I need to redeploy a boat, or I can redeploy a boat. So they're holding this objective, and over here we've got the Riggers and the Endrin Master holding this objective. Looking across the table, there's some Knights in the Wood holding an objective, Sorcerer Lord and Manticore, Chaos Warriors and Marauders holding another objective, the Anvil of Apotheosis heroes in there at the edge, there's Archeon, and on this flank, another unit of knights. So he had grouped up nice for me to drop a comet, but I'm sure he only did that when he realised I'd dropped my chemist out of the way.
Was totally deliberate and planned.
What do you want to do? Who's going first?
Me.
You're going... Oh, crikey, I need to redeploy a boat first.
Yeah, you do redeploy a boat first.
Then you can read it. Then you can decide again. Okay, so we've had Erik took the turn. I redeployed the frigate on the flank to try and bait out the either the knights or Archeon, but obviously they needed to retain control of their objectives turn one, so they didn't go for it. Although it does put me in a position where I can attack that objective on my turn. What's happened? Well, Archeon's moved forward. The Marauders have ran and taken cover behind the obstacle that is the arcane wall. The Sorcerers also moved up. The Knights have moved forward. Took a deadly check in the wood. One of the horses twisted its ankle for 2 wounds. The Eightfold Doom Sigil has come down. Tell us about the spells and command abilities that went off.
So the only spell that went off was the Eightfold Doom Sigil. So any units that die within it, within 12 inches of it, the player whose turn it is rolls a dice. For each 3 up, they pick 1 Slaves to Darkness unit wholly within 18 inches of it, and they get +1 attack until that player's next hero phase.
And there are a lot of models that have strategically been placed within 18 inches of it.
More than a few.
And then there was some command abilities.
Yeah, so we have Archeon spent a command point to put by my will on the knights, so they're now piling in and attacking when they die in combat phase. That was pretty much it for hero phase, really. The sorcerer attempted to cast Mystic Shield and failed. Archeon didn't really have anything to do with his second spell, and then it was just on to moving and taking a reasonably defensible position.
So, movement and charges, charges and shooting.
So there is no shooting phase because it's B, and we're not doing any charging. So it's over to you.
So you'll score 4 points. Okay, and then we're going to switch to Kharadron Overlords. Turn 1. Fairly uneventful hero phase and movement. The navigators both tried to make a storm for Archeon and rolled 1s and 2s, so he's fine. The frigates moved up to within 6 of the objective, making sure that he's 27 inches away from Archeon so that he's not within charge range. The gun hauler with the 2 characters embarked or in the garrison has flown high, dropped 9 away, and again over 27 from Archeon, just to make sure that they're out of threat range. It does leave this objective exposed, but I think it's better to keep those safe. Interesting rules thing that came up, if people have read an FAQ and I'm too lazy to have read or have missed. When you're garrisoning the boats, it seems you don't gain the fly keyword. So whilst I can shoot out and they can see fine very well to shoot, and the boats themselves get the benefit of fly for things like the ulgu thing, it seems that characters and units don't. So if anyone knows different, please let me know. Because my navigator, he couldn't dispel the endless spell, despite being within range, because he didn't obtain the fly keyword. So that's that. We're about to go into the shooting phase, which is the no fun phase. We're not going to use the navigator to shoot against these knights, because the last thing we want is to use the flare pistol there, because the flare pistol is going to be used there. But we're going to go to the shooty phase. Hopefully we'll shoot off these knights and we won't have to charge, and we'll claim this objective. Says that KO shooting's broken. We've managed to do very little. Well, we've got two knights still alive. One of them's wounded, but that just took 10 Thunderers and a frigate and a gun hauler and an Admiral shooting into it. So yeah, significant. It didn't do a great deal. The sorcerer on Manticore's taken some. From drills from the riggers and the drill from the gun hauler over here. So we've got a charge. It's an 8 needed over there. I should have moved closer, but I was convinced I was going to shoot it off. So that's only a 7. I'm pretty sure I don't get any bonuses. I don't think I get a reroll for free. Because I used both my navigators to try and do the storm. So I'm going to re-roll.
So
needed an 8.
I roll a dice on a 2 up, because you're spending your command point, yes?
Oh, yes.
On a 2 up, which I get.
Oh, good.
We'll put Death Frenzy on the Marauders.
So I need an 8. Come on, lucky 8. Oh.
What's that? I don't know if that... I think that is. It's an 8.
It's an 8. Happy days. So... we're going to move them in, and surely, the frigate and 10 Thunderers can have their way with two sorry knights. Right, we're going to roll some dice and be back at the end. Forces of the Slaves to Darkness are marvelling at the combat prowess of the dwarves in the tin can. 10 Thunderers, including a drill bill and a frigate, managed to do one wound. Did we do?
No, that was from the bombs.
Oh, that was the bombs. So absolutely nothing.
Died in the combat phase.
They took a wound back. And yeah, so there you go. Not known for their combat prowess, and because we killed a model with the bombs, we had to pile in closer, so Archeon can get closer. It can easily make the charge. It's no great. I don't manage to take it because the guys in the boat don't count towards models within 6 for the control and the objective. I didn't even care about moving that closer to within 6 because I thought, well, surely a unit of knights is easy. Cannon fodder. But no, not cannon fodder. So there's no battle shock to be taken because Archeon is that good. And the Kharadron Overlords score 3 points. And it's going...
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh no,
4 points.
4 points.
4 points. I don't take that one. So 4. So it's tied at the moment on 4 apiece. And it's going to be an interesting priority. So I'm gonna reach into my dice stash for a better dice. And I'm gonna go here in the crossroads.
2, it stays with me.
Oh dear. So it falls to you, and who's gonna take it?
I think I am. Yes.
So, approaching the end of movement. So what we've had is the knights have ran up another one of their number, the same one that twisted its ankle, went over and
died.
Didn't make it through the wood. The knights are standing robust and resolute with the Anvil of Apotheosis champion, basically holding 2 objectives.
Not quite.
Wow. They're able to redeploy at a moment's notice. The plucky marauders have leapt over the wall and moved forward, ready to do some harm to the riggers. The riggers were... What was the spell from the Sorcerer Lord?
That was the Wind of Chaos. Did 4 mortal wounds to the riggers, of which they saved 1 from the mystical terrain. So 1 rigger died.
Yeah. So yeah, it was 11 dice rolled, which was ridiculous.
Yeah, cast on a 10 with +1 from Arcane.
And then over here, Archeon has cast the Doom Sigil again after eating it, and he's moved himself over. He's eyeballing that frigate. It's now the end of the movement phase, and you're going to spend a command point too.
So I'm using the Realm of Ulgu command ability, which lets me pull a friendly unit wholly within 18 inches of the hero using it, the Sorcerer Lord. And then I redeploy that unit wholly within 6 inches of any friendly hero, 9 inches away from enemy models. So we're taking the knights over here.
Ouch. Okay.
So I should get
You'll
all
have to
in.
be 9 away from them as well.
Yeah. Where's my sticks? Where's my sticks?
I've got one here. Oh, yeah, just look at that. Look at that. That is practiced. He knows his stuff.
No, okay.
Mm-hmm. This is no looking great for the poor defenseless dwarves in a boat. That everybody has realised are friendly. The traders, that's all they are, merchants from the merchant city. And you're being aggressive.
Me? That's not wholly within 6. Bit.
You can always squeeze in behind and then
There we are.
with piling, I'm sure. There's a bit of up and down over the terrain. But we'll see. So, you're going to need a 9-inch charge with them.
Yep.
We know that. So yeah, we'll have some charges. It looks good.
So the knights will go first. 10! Yes!
So, the knights are in. Well, there is a knight in the way, so
Yeah.
it is going to be a little bit awkward.
It's still enough. So you 2 will be stuck behind. Something along the lines of this.
Yeah. It's okay. Frigates are not known for their they are just trading vessels. We're not warriors.
Himself is in need. Oh, it's going to be a 9.
It's going to be tricky because of the base and the side of that. I think he's going to struggle with a 9, to be honest.
Probably, yeah.
Because the side of the base is going to have to get past your your other knight.
Nope,
Definitely not a 5.
Will we point it? Yeah, we'll spend a time point for it. 8. Nope. Nope.
Not today, Archeon. Not today.
Going.
Although, I don't think there's going to be much left because I know how bad these knights are on the charge and I know just how weak this frigate's going to be. So, we're going to go to combat. Oh, unless there's any more charges?
The Marauders will have a crack. They need measured it earlier. They need an 11.
Yeah.
They have +1 to charge from their musician, and then the lowest dice gets turned into a 6. So they get
12.
A 12.
So that
13.
They need
They're
an
in
11
combat.
just because they can charge along and then climb a little because the riggers are on the high up. So we did measure it though.
Yeah.
So you should get 1 or 2 guys in.
Yeah, you get 1 or 2 guys on the level, but everyone's just going to be underneath them.
Yeah.
And they'll pile and fight.
We'll use some abstract thought, and we know that you can pile in 3 inches, so you should get another 2 or 3 get in as well.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to go to combat. We're going to move things, go to combat, and see what happens. See if we've still got a boat at the end of this.
I think you will. Marauders are in range of the objective.
Yes, so first things first, before we take our measurements at the end of the combat phase, the Marauders have charged in, they've piled in.
They failed to do any damage.
They didn't kill anything, but they're likely to be claiming the objective, and ridiculously I've just piled my hero out of 6 inches, which could come back to bite me. Over here, 1 wound was done, that's all, to the frigate from a jumping pony. Everything else fluffed. The dice gods smiled upon me after shunning me. I think they realised that I've not totally abandoned my narrative nature. But over here, we're going to do quick measurements, some quick counting. But I'd imagine, how many died?
6.
Yeah,
20 in the unit.
I think that there's only going to be 3, 4, 5 or 6 out of range. But we'll measure it and we'll see. But it looks to me like it's gone to chaos. Okay, so the Marauders, there was enough. They got 9 within range compared to the 5 riggers. And as I say, because I foolishly piled my my hero out of range, the Marauders have burned the objective for 2 points. So this turn, the Forces of Chaos score 6 points, taking it to 6 points to 4.
10 points to 4.
10 points to 4, sorry. And we're going into Kharadron Overlords. Ooh, turn 2. Okay, so that's movement. I've shuffled back the Arcanauts so that are out with Archeon's threat range, even though the Navigator managed to half his movement anyway. The Knights are still a threat. I didn't think I could clear them off after seeing how pathetic I did last turn, and there was an opening left over by in that corner. So my gun hauler with the 2 characters and the frigate have both teleported, so they're within 6 of the objective. So that one will be claimed. Over here, I've moved up the gun hauler to use the Breath of Morgrim on the whole unit of Marauders. I've disengaged. Well, I've retreated because he can't disengage with the Endrin Master, so that he's within 6 of this objective. So even if the Marauders retreat onto it to score a point, they won't be able to burn it because there's a hero there. That's the thinking behind that. This one has still got a guy. He's out with everything's threat range, so that one's safe for another turn at least. And then we're going to go into the no fun shooting phase. Hopefully I'll have some fun this time. Well, we're not 100% sure if it filmed that last shooting phase, but what basically happened was the sorcerer survived. He's sitting on 1 wound, despite having triumphs burned and being selected as the target for the escort wing. And then the Marauders in there, if I can, there they are. They survived. They survived 5 engine riggers and a gun hauler going into them.
Without a casualty.
Yeah, which was pretty terrible. We lost a rigger, so that wasn't great. We do score 1, 2, 3, and then D3 plus 1 over there as we burn it. Mm-hmm. See what we roll. So for another 3, so 6 points, which brings us to 10 points each going into priority. So let's try some priority.
Here we go. Oh,
6.
6 with me again.
Oh, for crying out loud. So we'll see. It's going over to. I take it you're taking it.
I think I need to take it. Do I want to take it? I think I want to take it. Yes, I want to take it.
He wants to take it.
Yeah.
So we'll be back after movement.
Yes.
Okay, so the
Marauders disengaged.
The Marauders have disengaged. They only got the 1 in, so they don't steal it because they only rolled a 1, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. And with the verticals, it just meant that they were a bit scuppered, and there was no hero within range to re-roll. So, no, they don't get to steal it, but they do get to live to fight another round.
For now. So before I remembered what I needed to do, at the end of the movement phase, which it now is. I'm going to spend a command point for the realm ability again. And Scorched Overlord's going to teleport himself.
Oh, what? That's my target.
So he's wholly within 6 of Archeon, within 6 of the objective.
Oh,
fucking choke.
Oh, bad man. So that is the end of movement. There's no charges, no shooting.
Nope.
The warriors have consolidated over here. They've still got the Anvil of Apotheosis hero. This is looking quite strong over here. But we'll see. We'll see what can be done. You score 3 points, taking you to 13. So it's 13 to 10, going into the bottom of 3, which is the Kharadrons. Turn 3. Not a great deal. The Endron Master has moved forward, still within 6 inches. The Endron Riggers have moved forward so that they're within range of the warriors for the guns. The gun hauler's 3 away. I really need to kill that unit. These guys have just edged forward. No, they didn't.
We edged a little bit.
Yeah, they're within range anyway. For the weapons, except for the fumigator. Nothing's changed over here. He's backed off a little bit into the woods because he's scared. And then we're going to go to... We've chosen the warriors as the target, but equally I'm going to let the navigator shoot this turn. So if he hits, we're re-rolling all hits. The boats have all still got their Aether Gold, and the characters do. But everybody else except for the Arcanauts, the Thunderers, and the Riggers have used theirs. So that's it. We're going to...
The Riggers have used theirs. Oh, no. Yeah, they have used the gold.
I think that they did, yeah. I think they used it last turn to re-roll wounds.
Yep.
Okay, so we're going to go to the shooting phase, and we're going to see if we can get rid of these damn Marauders. Because if they retreat onto that objective and score a point, I'm going to be mighty displeased. So there was a bit of shooting, but even so, Archeon makes them steadfast. They're standing in their pond of joy. We've shot a few off. How many have died? 12?
8.
8.
No, sorry, 7 have died.
7 have died, that's all. That was all of our shooting, pretty much. We did manage to kill the Marauders, and we score 3 points, which will take it to
priority.
13 points each, and an important priority. We'll go to the crossroads again. Archeon's crossroads. Can I win 1? Oh, for Christ's sake, another draw. So it stays from the first round. And are you taking it?
Yes.
Okay. All strategic. Archeon's moved forward. He's playing the long game. There's been consolidation of this objective. There's been a bit of blocking, some measuring. Archeon's come forward, getting ready for next turn when he gets to do bad things, unless I manage to put an Aetherstorm on him. And then we have this unit here, ready for weathering another shooting phase. There is possibly a hole back there.
Oh yeah, there is. Fuck.
But it'd rely on me getting a double turn, otherwise Archeon will eat whatever drops into the hole. But there's no shooting. There's no charges. It's another 3 points. It's tight. It's gone to 14 to... Oh no, it's not. It's gone to 16 to 13. And I've definitely got 3 points. Can I get some more to take to edge ahead? We're going to go into Kharadron Overlords, turn 4. going to be critical, this last turn priority. But before that, we have got a shooting phase. What we've done, the navigators backed further into the woods.
Cowering in the woods.
Cowering. These have got themselves on the objective with a screen and 2 guys at the back, one of which is a character. The threat is that the knights get teleported, make a 9-inch charge and snatch something. I'm not convinced they can take that. Archeon has had his movement halved. The navigator rolled it. He rolled the 3. So Archeon's only got a 19-inch threat range. Although, so the main threat is that these knights get teleported by the sorcerer. So they'll make a 9-inch charge with all sorts of nasty on them. But I'm confident that one's okay. This one here, I don't think they can burn. I'm going to have another round of shooting now against these warriors, and hopefully going into the last turn, Archeon's going to be forced to retreat over there. But we're going to see. So, we're going into shooting. It's going to be critical. This we'll come back after this, and yeah, excitement. The numbers have gone down. We're down to 3. We're resigned to charging. So we've just made our first charge roll before I remembered. But because the navigator was out of range to do his Aetherstorm, the navigator in the gun hauler, he gets to re-roll for free. So let's just see. We need an 8. Oh, there's a 12. So before we do that, I'm just going to check that ability is okay when you're in a garrison. Because if frigate's in, you can use it when they're part of a garrison. So we're now going with the gun hauler.
We'll probably also need an 8.
Probably need an 8. We'll roll though. Oh, it's definitely not a 3, but we get the free re-roll.
You need 8. 8 gets you within half. No.
7, no. Oh joy. So, only 1's in. We've got no hero, so there'll be no +1. So, yeah, we're going to go to... I don't know. I don't know if it's exciting enough. Right, on a 3+, I do D3 mortals anyway. So, yes.
4, 1.
1.
Nice.
Oh. Right, so we're going to put you on the side. We're going to roll this combat out because nobody wants to see me roll these dice. So, the 43rd Merchant Navy of Barakurbaz have just shown how proficient they are in combat. What you see before you is still 3 warriors. 3 warriors. So, I don't get to take the objective. So I score
3 points.
3 points. And going into priority for turn 5,
16.
it's tied on 16 points each. It's madness. It's crazy. We're going Northern Invasion, and I've got to win 1 priority. Here it comes. Oh.
No, you got it.
Oh. We get a priority. Now, it's whether or not I want it. I'm going to come back in a moment. Okay. We've looked at it. It may be stupid of me, but I think I'm going to take the priority.
I think you have to.
And I'm hoping that I can, with a round of shooting, take off those 3 warriors. I'm thinking I'm going to fly high with this unit. And I'm going to go over here and shoot off the sorcerer so there's no teleporting to be had. If I can shoot off the sorcerer so there's no teleporting, I should be safe on my objectives. Depending on whether I can half Archeon's movement. If I can't, that's the problem with taking it. At the moment, he's only on half movement, so he can't do anything.
He could reach, potentially. With a
So
high charge roll.
yeah, I
With a
think
really high charge roll.
I think I'm going to take it and hope to roll a 3+ on Archeon. I've got 2 chances. What could possibly go wrong? In fact, I'm going to roll it now. So
It's hero phase.
even though it's even though we've not officially started, this is the key roll. Needing a 3.
Yeah, you got
There
it.
it is.
He's halved.
So it's halved his movement. So that makes things a little bit more easy. So I'm going to come back. I'm going to put you to the side and come back after movement. Okay, after deliberation, I think I've got things right. I think I've done it, made the right choices. So, the gun hauler with the heroes in has disgorged its 2 heroes within 6, as per the rules of exiting a garrison, and over 3 from the warriors. One of them's within 6 of the objective, the other one isn't, so a charge will need to be made. I'm not confident that they're going to kill the warriors, so the frigate is going to stay. Over here, we've rejigged slightly. We're over 19.5 from Archeon, so he can't physically declare a charge because you have to be within 12 to declare the charge. He's only got a movement 7. Now, the big threat is the sorcerer teleporting something. So the 2 gun haulers have flown high and come here, and we're hoping beyond hope that we get to kill the sorcerer, or else the knights can do bad things. The knights even could still run and kill this guy here.
I wouldn't even need to. Well, I would need to.
To burn it, you'd have to.
Yeah.
So, at the moment, yeah, it's a tricky one. I'm confident I can get that. Maybe I should look over here as well. Before I conclude, I'm going to have I forgot there was an objective there behind Archeon.
There is, yeah.
But I can't drop. Can I drop 9 behind Archeon and be within 6 of that objective?
Yes, we can.
Let's have a quick look. There you go. I think it's going to be tight for a base. This is what all the measuring is, you see. So
yes, that's. You can get to the end of there and you're within 6.
okay. So I'm going to do that then. I'm going to drop one of my gun haulers there, because then I'm within range of it to at least. Oh, I won't get a point though.
You won't get a point. You need both.
I'll put both gun haulers there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're going to measure it and check.
What range did you need to be within for your guns?
36.
Oh, you're fine then.
So.
The Sorcerer Lord doesn't even have reroll saves up. It's on the Knights currently because they were going to teleport.
But only 2 of my guns are going to be in range. I mean, warriors. But
yeah.
right, here it comes then. Okay, so we've concluded the shooting phase. The warriors are no more, and the sorcerers no more. The drill didn't do the mortal wounds, but it went through, and it did the single wound that was required to kill him. The thunderers then shot off the warriors. Archeon bossed all his saves. Not going to do any charges, so no. So I score 1, 2, 3, 4 plus D3.
Yep.
So hang on, choosing a different dice. Oh, 3.
Yeah, that's game.
So there it is. So 7 points going into Slaves to Darkness.
No, it's
Turn
5 plus D3.
Okay, well, we've looked it over. We've worked out some of the points and what the best case scenario is. And what we're thinking is that Archeon can't possibly get to any of them because he's out with his charge range because of his half move. Even if the knights charge in here, we're not confident that they're going to take out 20 or 18.
Yeah, 18 you would need to kill.
And I have a chemist and 2 command points to make them immune to battle shock.
So yeah, I wouldn't even be able to burn it.
And then, yeah, you wouldn't be able to burn it, so that'd be 1 point. 2 points, confident 3. Archeon will kill those 2 gun haulers, especially with the knight to back up just in case. So that's 3. And that's it. So what we think is that it'll go to 19 points for Slaves to Darkness. But that was tight, and it could have gone either way. That last priority was key, as we said. And that Aether, the Navigator, getting that storm off to keep him stum. But yeah, it was good game. But the carry on, the Kharadrons, I thought this was a weak one for them because they had to spread out. But that ability to just jump, it pins people back so much that
I just can't get close. I can't get to grips.
No. They really did fluff a lot. The shooting wasn't as good as it could be. I think finding out that you can only burn 1 Aether Gold per phase is big.
I needed to focus on defending and kill your teleporting before my teleporting died, I think was the mistake. I didn't focus down the stuff that was moving around so much.
Well, it was a good game though. KO, I think it was tighter, and it could have gone either way. That it was so close right to the last turn. It was only really being able to jump in, and rolling a 3 for burning that objective was significant.
Even if you'd rolled a 1, you'd still have it. Yeah,
I think that last priority was key. But there we go. That is Kharadron Overlords versus Slave to Darkness. Are you comfortable with your list though for Northern Invasion next week?
Get in there. I reckon by day 2 we'll have it down.
Well, it's always the way. Well, thank you very much, and I hope folk enjoyed it. If you got any comments, let us know. Curry time. Oh, there we go. That was pretty intense. The KO again. That was a nail biter though. It was a lot closer. I didn't feel quite so bad. I don't know what's going on with this. Can I make it see me? I think I can. This is how we can. Oh no, I can't. Hang on, it's working. So the curry's ready. It wasn't quite as one-sided, so hopefully it was alright. It did come down to that last priority. It was pretty brutal, but they did terrible. Shooting went bad. Combat was rotten. But we've got a good curry. Erik will be happy. Let's see. We'll move you with me because it tells me that I have to stay within range. So we're onto the murder masala again. It's like a chickeny thing. It's good. I'll maybe set up and then we'll have a quick chat with Erik, eat our food, and look forward to the event this weekend. It's ready. Here it goes. I've got some curry. I'm practicing this one style at the moment just to try and get it right. Oh, go on, reach up. Happy days. For this, we should do a cooking episode where we just make curries and people can learn the ways of the. How many pieces of chicken have we got here? I think we should be all right. Oh my god, isn't he? There you go. Look at that. We're wild. We've gone wild. No naan bread today. Right, I'll put us over here. See how we do. So you're defending the Orkney Tiara this weekend. Are you confident? Spatchy's going to be pecking around with his deviant, agile, lithe women.
Yeah.
Loads of chicken.
I think it's going to be really close between all 3 of us.
Because Liam's going.
Yep. We've got Liam coming around.
Well,
so I reckon what's probably going to happen is me and Spad should probably be too busy eyeing each other up. for the tiara, and then Liam's just going to swoop in and come in and steal it.
Yeah.
It's what I think might happen.
I don't get to play, so I don't get to compete for it. But next week, I think the stars have aligned, and we're going to get Spadge against Erik. It's going to be a greater demon off.
Yes.
I think that's happening. I don't know what mission we're going to play. We'll see. But yeah. What else are you working on at the minute? What else can we look forward to seeing?
Well, at some point soon, I hope to have some Stormcast Eternals finished. Which it's going to be a really pretty army. On the table, it's probably going to be quite rubbish.
That's not the way with us.
But that's nothing new for me.
It's the Hockney meta. We have our own meta up here. It's distinct from Scotland and the rest of the world, as you've probably seen. But we don't really have any Stormcast players, do we? So
No, not yet.
Stormcast is quite new up here. Yeah. So what's your thoughts after your first game against KO then? Well, I know you played him before, but Barak Urbaz in particular. I suppose the difference being that they have more Aether Gold. They get one back when they've had combat, and they don't lose bravery when they spend it.
And KO is always going to be a tough matchup. I'm glad I have played it because I've got a better idea of what I'm going to be up against with the slaves in particular. So it's definitely a game though. It's so hard to catch them with the flying high. With slaves being pure melee, it's just really hard to catch those boats.
I don't know if the recording will show it, but that was a long game.
Yeah.
Normally we're quite quick, but I think that was probably a 3-hour game. So that shooting phase takes a while, but to be fair, the hero phase is pretty much non-existent. Combat's pretty much non-existent. There's a bit of thinking to be done in the movement phase, because you have to get things right. I think I'm getting better at it the last time. I'm less keen to charge in, because I do see just how crap we are in combat. I mean,
It was pretty rubbish.
they are pretty bad.
I mean, you had some pretty bad dice rolls in the combat phase as well, but
Oh yeah.
even then, like, it's not great.
No. But I quite like it. It's definitely not a competitive KO list. But I like the escort wing. I think some of those command abilities on the Admiral are just
Redundant?
yeah, because of the generic ones, but maybe I'm missing something. But yeah, that's that really. Not much more to say. We'll be back next week and see who's the reigning champion. See if you can hold on to it.
Yeah, we shall see.
Cool. Well, thank you very much for joining us, and I just wanted to take this opportunity to thank all of our subscribers, all the people who liked the videos or commented, and all the people who've supported us through the Patreon site as well. So in particular, well, we value you all of course, but in particular our VIP patrons, Cara Newby, Andrew Stephen, Thomas Stott, Mark Roberts, Sean McKechnie, Grant Fraser and Shane Kingston. Thank you very much to you guys. Didn't mention the Balewind. We did the giveaway a couple of months ago, and that's been won by Jack. So thank you very much, Jack. I'm going to get that to him this weekend when we meet up in Stirling, and then there's going to be another giveaway next week where we've got some terrain to give away to folk. Everybody knows how much I like rivers, so let's try and spread the water. We'll have some rivers, we'll have a little competition. It'll be to do with subscribing to the channel and doing a bit of commenting on some of our battle report videos. I think it ups algorithms or something, I don't know. I'm not one for all that, don't understand it. But it's really good to see the numbers go up and the positive feedback. Apologies if we get anything wrong. Just let us know if we do, and we'll do our best to sort it out. Next week, as we said, we're going to have Spadge against Erik, it's going to be Kippers versus Thirsters, I think. And then hopefully, if people maybe give him a nudge, we'll try and get Spatch to bring the Trogs. It'd be good to have the Trogs versus my Ogres, because I do want to get them out. I'm actually enjoying playing the KO a bit. It wasn't quite as one-sided tonight. Maybe see them a bit more. Still don't think I'm going to take them to events. My Sylvaneth Woods have arrived now, so I'd quite like to play them again. I'm torn between taking Sylvaneth or taking more tribes to my next tournament. I'll have to wait and see. Anyway, thanks again. Let us know what you think. So yeah, I'm really sorry about this. I'm just never going. Oh, I have to give another thanks. We have had another VIP patron join us. Don't want his name shouting out or anything, or their name shouting out. So a bit of a mystery individual, but you're a hero. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Thanks.